You are welcome to our channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. Amaechi blast Inec chairman Yakubu says APC wouldn't have won in 2015 if he was in charge. According to Punch, Rotimi Amaechi, Nigeria's former Minister of Transportation, has taken a critical stance against the leadership of Mahmood Yakubu, the current chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), saying that the 2015 political breakthrough of the All Progressive Congress (APC) would have been impossible under his watch. During a televised interview on Tuesday night, Amaechi reflected on the political climate that enabled the APC's rise, attributing the success of the 2015 election and party registration to the impartiality and openness of Atahiru Jega, the former INEC boss. Amaechi drew comparison between Jega and his successor, asserting that the registration of the APC would likely have been blocked if Yakubu had been in charge. He noted that under Jega, the process was accessible and rule-bound, allowing political actors to engage with confidence. He remarked, the current chairman of Inec, if he was the chairman of Inec in 2015, we would not have won. The former minister didn't mince words about the current state of electoral affairs, alleging that the commission has become predisposed to partisan leanings. He warned that Nigeria's democratic process, once seen as advancing through transparency-focused systems like Option A4, appears now to be retreating. Drawing parallels with past controversial electoral leadership, he likened Yakubu's tenure to that of Maurice Iwu, whose time at the helm of INEC was marred in criticism. Amaechi suggested that electoral manipulations may be evolving into a strategic tool for state control rather than a neutral channel for public expression. In his view, the credibility of elections under the current electoral body's leadership is uncertain, casting doubts over the country's democratic trajectory. Well, those are the views of the former Minister of Transportation, the person of Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi, and he spoke vividly about the situation of electoral processes in Nigeria. He was comparing the tenure of Atahiru Jega and the tenure of Yakubu Mahmood, the current INEC chairman. He is comparing the two. Atahiru Jega was the immediate past INEC chairman, while Mahmood Yakubu is the current INEC chairman. And what Chibuike Amaechi is saying is the fact that during Jega's tenure, that confidence has been coming back even into the INEC processes. But unfortunately, it seems as if the democratic process now in Nigeria, people are beginning to lose interest again because of Jega's leadership, tenure, style, and situation. For example, he made mention that in 2015, a Jega tenure allows everyone to come forward with confidence. That's the reality. And they had to register a new party, which eventually led to the ousting of the incumbent president then, that's President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, from power. But he now made mention that the current chairman, if he was the chairman of INEC in 2015, we would not have won. He was so categorical about it. He noted that under Jega, the process of registering a new party was accessible and it is rule bound, allowing political actors to engage even with confidence. Amaechi had to draw conclusion between Jega and his successor, asserting that the registration of the APC would likely have been blocked if Yakubu had been the one in charge. Be it as it may, I think the process is about to repeat itself now. Let the likes of Amaechi go forward with the ADA they want to register, and let's see what is going to happen. But we shouldn't forget some realities. that there was time that the number of parties in that are registered are too much, that it's becoming a nuisance. And it's unfortunate that it is the time of Mahmoud that they had to just remove a lot of them so as to have sanity, and then they will be able to have a little chance for the ballot papers, and then people can be able to do whatever they want to do. Because if you are having close to 70, 80 parties that have no representation, even candidate for presidency, none for house of rep or senate, and even at the state level, is becoming waste of resources, because INEC will have to print the ballot paper to include the logo of all the parties. And I think that is what might have warranted a situation whereby if you want to register a new party in Yakubu's tenure, it might be a bit difficult. If the situation was like this during Jega's time, I think Jega too will have done the same thing based on the quality of who Jega is. That is, I mean, Amaechi said in another interview that Jega is fair, Jega is also resolute, and then is also fearless, that is going to allow justice to take place. And like he also said here that in his tenure, everything is rule bound, because the nuisance of having too much political parties then is becoming an issue, costing Nigeria more money. You understand? But in this situation, of course, I don't know what Yakubu will do, but this is Amaechi's opinion, and there's no way we wouldn't give Yakubu his own rights too, because he has not done it. If he's done it, then we'll be able to say this. But then we can't rule out the fact that the activities geared towards the 2023 election, of course, makes everyone to lose interest and get suspicion. That's already eroded the confidence of Nigerians. Why will it be that it is the midst of the voting that there is a glitch even in the internet service or whatever the INEC called it? And we are hearing later that it is the same method, and the system that you have already sold to Ghana, and Ghana used it and had a free and fair election in which the incumbent was even removed from power. Why would there be a glitch during your whole time? That is where the confidence in Yakubu Mahmoud's leadership is becoming eroded, and Nigerians are thinking there is a problem. Also, we are not ruling out the fact that even though some Nigerians want to vote in certain set of people, and then some also want their own candidate, eventually somebody came in who happened to be even from the ruling party. Of course, you expect the opposition to speak otherwise, but there and then, I think an Amaechi, who happened to be a member of the APC as at the time of this election in 2023, was disgruntled. We won't rule out that fact, because he came second behind President Tinubu then during the primary, and he has said it openly that he told him he will not support him. So definitely he worked against the president, but eventually what he planned did not come to fruition. If that's the basis in which he's castigating INEC chairman, now I think Nigerians should also use their common sense and think that we won't take that in quote now, so that we want to see things out of bias and then seeing it the way it is. But if it is the other way around, why not? That's why we are Nigerians. We can think with our brains, and then in the coming election, we want to believe that things should get better. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel.